This is New Age Outlaws.
Hey, this is Steve Gunn here from New Age Outlaws, and we were recently graced by the presence of Mariel Buckley in the New Age Outlaws studio. It was so awesome. She came over for some ice coldies, a chat about her recent tour and music, and to play a few songs. We covered a lot of bases in our conversation, and we even spoke about our mutual love for Gord Downie and the Tragically hip. For all things Mariel Buckley, please check out our website, marielbuckley.com. This is our conversation with Mariel in the New Age Outlaws studios. Hope you enjoy. Hey, welcome back to New Age Outlaws. I'm Steve Gunn here with you as always, and I am joined in the studio today by Mariel Buckley. Hey.
What's up, Steve?
Not much. Thanks for coming by.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, I think we're all set to go here. I think we're all settled in with vitamin P. A good morning beer. Cheers.
Cheers. Delicious.
Cheers. Yeah. See, that's the perk of owning your own radio show. You can just kind of drink beer and stuff. No one else is your boss, right?
Yeah, it's great.
So you just completed the first leg of your summer tour. You have 21 stops in all: Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, Montana, Washington State, New York State, and Pennsylvania. That's a lot of ground you're covering. And on Instagram, before you left on the first leg of the tour, you had an ongoing checklist of tour prep you were doing. Did you get everything?
Almost everything. I still haven't vacuumed my house or cleaned the floors, which is like pretty gross at this point, but I think I got everything else done.
Well, that can wait. Like, housekeeping can wait, but you got all the essentials for the road though, right?
I think so, yep.
Good. And just a few weeks ago, you released the new single Casting Stones that we played here on New Age Outlaws, and that comes hot on the heels of last year's full-length album, and it's critically acclaimed album, Driving in the Dark, and each artist is different on how often they want to release new music. What made you want to release a new single this quickly? Like, do you sit on songs often, or would you rather just start firing them out when you feel they're finished products?
No, like usually I don't prefer to fire out things until they're done, and I don't usually have a lot that I'm sitting on. And when I release projects, it's usually, I like to put out a full-length album. That's not really the way that it's working anymore, unfortunately. So it was partly we had a B-side from the record when I cut it, and it was partly my manager being like, you need to get something out for the summer tour, which was a great idea, and it's done well for us. So, just trying to change up the format a bit. But
well, that's a banger of a track.
Thanks, man.
Well, you brought your guitar today, which is awesome. And will you be playing a song for us right now?
Sure, yeah, of course. Gunpowder smoke and the cell phone's ringing. DJ's hung, but the record keeps spinning. Streets are all dark, when will we get it right? Thank God for the light in your eyes. It could burn down this whole town tonight. They're busting in the churches from the outskirts of town, knocking on our doors, trying to wear us down. I wonder if they've ever felt this love we found. I pray someday they do find the love I found in you. Yeah, I wonder what is out there for us, running around chasing coattail dust. It's a big old world full of beauty and rust. It breaks my heart in two, but I will be with you tonight. Everybody's scared about going out, so we're scrolling down a screen to pass the time. But the lights don't shine when the blinds are down. I'm telling everybody that I'm fine. I wonder what it is that they'll find. Yeah, I wonder what is out there for us, running around chasing coattail dust. It's a big old world full of beauty and rust. It breaks my heart in two, but I will be with you tonight. And I'm waiting on a feeling that may never come, but I won't let the darkness drag me down. I'm waiting on a moment that may never come. I'm hanging on this feeling that I've found. I wonder what is out there for us, running around chasing coattail dust. It's a big old world full of beauty and rust. It breaks my heart in two. Yeah, I wonder what is out there for us, running around chasing coattail dust. It's a big old world full of beauty and rust. It breaks my heart in two. But I will be with you tonight. Tonight.
Mariel Buckley, live in studio on New Age Outlaws. You've been compared to some pretty heavy-duty artists like Loretta Lynn, Townes Van Zandt. And the beauty about Americana, as you know, it's a wonderful melting pot, and it has a little bit of all the good stuff, you know, classic country, rock, blues, roots, soul, and you can hear all these influences in your music. Who inspires you musically and lyrically and allows you to, pull these influences into your own blend of sound?
Well, I mean, I would, there's a lot of people that I draw inspiration from. I listen to a lot of music, so, but probably the main sort of facet of that would be like Neil Young I listened to a lot growing up, and the Tragically Hip I listened to a lot growing up. Obviously, huge fan of Gord Downie and that band. And then the classic country stuff I didn't really get into until my 20s. And now I'm just finding there's so much good underground like country and roots and Americana music that's informing so many great trends that I'm listening to a lot as well.
Who are you listening to these days?
I'm listening to a lot of Jason Isbell, as always. I like that band, the 400 unit that he's got. Lily Hyatt I really dig. I like Nikki Lane quite a bit. I mean, I'm just scratching the surface. There's so many good artists out there. John Moreland I really like.
Yeah.
There's John Fulbright I really like too. He's a really great artist.
And well, just circling back here for a second about the Tragically Hip, everyone who listens to New Age Outlaws knows that I'm just a major Tragically Hip fan, and I try to insert them in the show in any way that I can. And you are like my equal when it comes to Tragically Hip love, and I'm gonna do like a Nardwuar thing for you. I have something for you.
Sweet.
Now I know that band vans are always full of top-notch technology, so what I got for you is I have a cassette of the Tragically Hip EP.
Whoa!
I don't think it has all Canadian Surf Club on it, though. It does not, but it has the 6 essential first tracks, and you can listen to that across the nation.
You're my hero. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. See, oh yes, I did a Nardwuar thing.
This is awesome. Whoa.
See, but that's only because you are the equal hip fan.
Oh, well.
I don't just give hip stuff to anybody.
Well, thanks, man.
It stays in my basement and collects dust and decreases value over the years.
Whatever. I'll come drink beer and look at it anytime.
There you go.
That's
cool.
Awesome.
Now, you've also shared the stage with the likes of Hayes Carl, Whitehorse, Katie Lang even. And is there a common lesson that you've learned from these artists when it comes to live performances? Like, is there anything that you can that you find yourself applying after attending these classes, so to speak?
Oh, definitely. I mean, being still a relatively newish performer, I mean, I'm only 5 years into the whole thing. I'm kind of always trying to stockpile information, and people like Whitehorse and Katie Lang, and well, especially Katie Lang and Hayes Carl. It's just watching the way that they can, calm a room right down, by themselves or with full accompaniment, and it's mostly the confidence of mastering your songwriting to the point that you don't feel the need to kind of gain validation from the crowd's energy. Like, you control the energy, which is like it's a very impressive thing to watch somebody do that. And Katie Lang does that like she's the best, I would say.
It's like, they're there to see you already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think being a newish and relatively unknown performer, opening for these people, it can be a lot more intimidating to just like go out there and,
Sure.
Yeah, you don't want to sort of get out there and be a cocky little shit, but you also want to do a good job. So, I just try to practice a lot and try to go out really ready for the show
Awesome. And you come from a musical family too, and people across the country are figuring this out quickly. Your brother Tim, also known as T. Buckley, he's also a New Age Outlaws favorite here. He's having a surge in his career as well. And while you don't always play together, you just did a week-long Southern Alberta trip just a couple of weeks ago. What was it like being able to share the stage with your brother every night?
Oh, it was great. It's something we haven't done or thought about doing really until now, mostly because we're so far apart in age. He's 7 years older than I am, and I wasn't really that good until the last kind of couple of years. So it was amazing, the sort of mind the mind reading that happens between us when we sing. We do a really cool version of Bob Cajun that's totally rearranged by him.
I'm crying already.
I know, and it's just a very Everly Brothers kind of homage to the song, because he's where I learned to love the hip from.
Right.
So it was very special to share the stage with him, and I hope we get to do it more.
And so, do you also find comfort, being able to share similar experiences with him, since you're kind of on the same trajectory? Do you share road or business advice with each other?
Oh, totally. I think the great thing about Tim and I is that we're just so it's non, I don't know who would be, but it's just non-competitive in any way. We're just very open with each other and always talking about what we're working on or what we're excited about. And, at the same time, him and I have very different looking careers. He has 2 kids and prefers probably not to be stuck in a Dodge Caravan with 4 smelly dudes as much as I am. And, that being said, he's writing such top quality songs all the time at home. And I wish I was doing a little more of that. So yeah, I mean, it's great that we share so much.
Lastly, where can people buy your music and check out all of your upcoming tour dates?
I would say you should go to marielbuckley.com. Most of the shows are on there. I do have a Facebook tour that's just Mariel Buckley North American Tour. Check that out on Facebook for all the tour dates with ticket links. And then for anything else, it's just my website, marielbuckley.com.
Well, I thank you so much for coming in and doing this, and I wish you the best of luck on the road. Safe travels, fresh towels, that Gord Downie once said to me.
Oh, man.
So thank you so much for coming in, and would you mind playing one last song?
Sure, of course. Thanks for the vitamin P, by the way.
Hey, you're very welcome. I have a whole fridge of them if you want to stick around after.
Sick. Oh, what should I play?
Well, I mean, we were talking about the hip earlier, so I mean, you want to pull out a hip track? I mean, no pressure.
Yeah. I'm gonna play a fan favorite, but I don't care. I'm gonna play it anyway. Left your house this morning, little after 9. Could have been the Willie Nelson, could have been the wine. Left your house this morning, there was a little after 9. 'Cause it was in Bob Cajun where I saw the constellations reveal themselves one star at a time. Drove back to town this morning, it's working on my mind. Thought of maybe quitting, thought of leaving it behind. Went back to bed this morning as I'm pulling down the blinds. Yeah, the sky was dull and hypothetical and falling one cloud at a time. That night in Toronto, with its checkerboard floors, riding on horseback and keeping order restored, till the men they couldn't hang stepped to the mic and sang, and their voices rang with that Aryan twang. Got to your house this morning, a little after 9. In the middle of that riot, couldn't get you off my mind. So I'm at your house this morning, and it's a little after 9. 'Cause it was in Bob Cajun where I saw the constellations reveal themselves one star at a time.
Mariel Buckley, Bob Cajun, thank you so much again.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
NewAgeOutlaws.ca